Here at home, the investigation continues after 7 teenagers were hit by gunfire over the weekend. This happened in the Lee Harvard neighborhood just after midnight on Sunday. The violence prompting a city leader to call for more change.
Natalie Clydesdale has the new details tonight.
My first thought was this can't be true. I was devastated, I was worried, I was nervous.
Miriam Patterson works as a level 1 trauma responder at a local hospital. She says she was working the overnight shift when 5 of the 7 victims from Sunday's shooting near Lee and Harvard were rushed in for treatment.
Everyone's family showed up. Of course, it was confusion.
Officers responded to calls about drag racing just after midnight. A caller told police there were about 100 people there. While officers were on their way, more calls came in about gunshots being fired. 7 teenagers were struck. All of their injuries are not life-threatening. On Monday, Cleveland Police Deputy Chief Jarod Schlacht said so far, investigators have recovered 5 guns and towed 2 cars that are connected to the shooting. He says the evidence is currently being processed.
We do not rush things when it comes to this type of investigation, so the investigation is going to take as long as it takes.
Schlacht says it's too early to know how many shooters were involved, how many gunshots were fired, and how this all started. However, he made it clear this incident was not a street takeover.
There's a big difference. Intersections were not taken over. This was in the parking lot of the plaza, which is more of a car meetup.
City Councilman Jones condemned the violence.
It's unacceptable. We won't tolerate it.
He says he's talked with Mayor Bibb's administration about ways the city can be more proactive.
We need to have some visibility. We need to have police that are going to be at that time during those periods on Saturdays and Fridays.
Well, the deputy chief says investigators are still interviewing witnesses and plan to interview all 7 victims. Natalie Clydesdale, 3 News.